everybody, this is Leone. I've come to do your weekend guidance. I hope you're good and well. So today we're going to use the Dark Mansion Tarot along with my very own flower guidance cards to give you those final messages. But this is in relation from the 26th through to the 28th or around about that period of time. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Remember to keep that open mind with all of the readings. Part of it may resonate with you, it all may. It might be for Joe Blogs down the road, you never know. So let's see where we're at. So this looks like things are happening really, really fast around you. Some of you could be bombarded today or feel like you're bombarded, or even over this weekend, I should say. But I kind of want to say to you, slow down, make sure that you take your time with everything and everyone, because the more you rush or, the more you feel bombarded, it can wear you out, it can drain you. And it can also cause you to make mistakes in some kind of way as well. Some of you are going to be off on your travels as well, because I do see packing up, leaving, but I also see messages and communication coming back and forth here as well with this. So let me just see. But it could be that communication, that back and forth communication pushes you in a new direction here as well. I kind of feel like it's needed. You've got to go with change. Again, when we get the number 8 come through, it talks about changing, needing change. So, whatever's happening this weekend, it's going to happen really quickly. You're going to really need to think about things on a different level. But there are alterations and changes that come with that. We then have the Ten of Swords, so it can feel a little bit heavy around you. But it can also shift you from that heaviness that you've been carrying. And if you've been dealing with situations around you that have not been serving your purpose in some kind of way, if you've been dealing with people that have been talking about you behind your back, or if you've been suffering with pain in some way, shape, and form, it could be physically, it could be mentally, it doesn't matter. It's all pain and suffering and heavy energies, heavy vibes, heavy feelings. So this goes with the good old-fashioned communication, this back and forth communication. It doesn't have to be with the people down here around you. We can be talking about the connections from up above as well. So look out for the signs, because we can't keep you in this situation for much longer. So this is why you've got to go with the flow, with the change, and make those changes happen. You've got to take the steps. You've got to listen to your intuition, because the only way you're going to get through this is if you leave the situations behind you. I feel really out of breath with you guys as well. So make sure that you look after yourselves as well. Again, if you are rushing, who's to say that, I don't know, you could trip over, fall over, hurt yourself in some kind of way. I'm not a doctor, I'm just going to say that. But again, all that rushing around could cause accidents. And I need you to catch your breath, even if you're wound up at the moment with everything that's going on for you. It could be causing you some issues around your chest or your breathing here. So just look after yourself. Okay, and we could be talking anxiety, we could be talking also depression, that kind of thing as well. So this situation is not healthy for you. Things have to change, things have to alter. The universe is showing you signs to help shift things in that new direction for you. Don't resist, go with it. But I'm telling you, we're at the end of this energy. Okay, the only way is up. This is you seeing a light, seeing the truth of a situation, and you doing something about it. No more putting up with rubbish from anything or anyone. Cut cords, cut ties wherever you need to. Enable for you to heal, to release, to do what's best for you. There could be sadness here. There could be low energies, low vibrations, and a lack of control. Definitely. We've got the Tower and the Emperor. Okay, so this is also a shock. It's also that those foundations that feel like they're crumbling around you. This is, again, somebody's health could be suffering at the moment. Could be to do with a father figure, doesn't have to necessarily be, but somebody is losing power and control over their foundations, or that's how they feel. But there's news, there's messages coming in here anyhow. It could be to do with family in some kind of way. There could be a breakdown within the family. It doesn't have to be like health-wise. It could just be situations around the family where it's breaking up in some kind of way. There's definitely a lack of control here anyhow. Let me just see. Interesting. Now we've got the Nine of Cups come through. Now there could be a father figure around you that's losing control, losing battle in some kind of way. Doesn't necessarily mean to do with health, but there are health issues or problems there stemming up somewhere along the line. But we could also, there could be somebody that's drinking here as well, which is not helping a situation. Because I kind of feel like someone's sitting there all smug and all cocky. You know, they've got everything under the sun, but nothing's making them happy. Nothing's pleasing them. Nothing's making them happy. And they're just stuck under this cloud. Now, like I say, it's not going to be for everyone, but just take what resonates for you. But there's also messages and news around family here. There's a breakup or a breakdown anyhow. That's what I'm seeing here. It's a shock to the system. Maybe this just literally happens out of the blue, unexpectedly, which pushes somebody out of control in some kind of way. They could pick up the bottle. That's all I'm saying. They could pick up the bottle. They could go to that because that's the easier thing to make them happy, or bring in some kind of something to their lives. So I see someone's definitely at a crossroads here as to what to do with that Two of Wands. But I also feel like you're not going to be a puppet on a string. You're not going to kind of play any games here. And you're certainly not going to entertain any control and manipulation here whatsoever. You're not just going to bow down to anything for anyone. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And maybe, just maybe, there's a need to communicate this over the weekend. But I also feel like somebody could have their back up here and be quite defensive. It could stem an argument, disagreement, and that's where things kind of feel heavy and break down there. But I kind of feel like it's broken down anyhow. And with the Page of Wands coming out, I kind of feel like this needs to go in that new direction now. This isn't healthy or happy, or, there's not a lot of love here. Even self-love, I don't feel like there's any of that going on. And I kind of feel like this is definitely an unhealthy situation that is about to turn a corner. It's about to change. So this is like the first stages of taking steps in a new direction. And I kind of feel like that's, like I said to you, that's what the messages are coming in thick and fast and really, really strong. But take your time with planning on what to do, where to go, that kind of thing, or how to do whatever you need to do. But what you can't do is continue to go around in circles with this, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, just putting up with this, that, the other. Because this isn't a solid foundation. This is very, very rocky. And it's causing headaches, it's causing pain, suffering in every way possible. There's certainly no control in this situation. The only way you're going to take back the reins for yourself, if you're dealing with somebody who likes power, control, I was going to say, what's the word? It's abuse in some kind of way, isn't it? Wanted to hold back then as well. It's really odd. But this person's got problems, but they're also causing problems as well. Look at that. This is a nightmare. This is heavy, 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 heavy energies, a weight of the world on someone's shoulders, I'm telling you. Somebody really, really, really needs to focus on themselves and finding some self-love here. Wow. So someone feels as if their hands are tied. They feel like they've got to stay in this situation. They can't see a way out. They can't see that this is damaging them. Maybe they can see that it's damaging, but this person keeps sweet talking them around in some kind of way, or you may feel sorry for this person because they're feeling so low, or you feel like you can help them in some kind of way, and you just can't. They've got to want to help themselves. You take everything thrown at you, everything under the sun coming at you from every different angle, point of view, everything. And it's created this trapped energy, feeling as if you can't move, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't do whatever you need to do to shift yourself from this situation. Because we're dealing with somebody who likes power, control, manipulation, who likes to be in charge no matter what. Who's quite fiery on the odd occasion as well. Might be, you might see a different side every now and then, but this is too overpowering, especially under the Emperor card. So, so, so overpowering. It's crazy. This is someone who does not love themselves, let alone love anybody else. This is someone who likes control, power, manipulation, to be in charge, has material things to try and make them happy, likes, maybe even have other people on the side here as well. Definitely got ego. Definitely got a lot of ego. Definitely got addictions here as well. We've got the Ace of Wands, but that to me is not showing. Again, I'm reading intuitively, so you know, they're not listening, they're not taking steps out to change in any kind of way. I don't feel like they're going to change, but what you can do is take steps towards what's going to make you happy. But that Knight of Cups as well, they are needing to work on what they're holding back here. They could be also afraid to love because they don't love themselves. So they could be afraid to love. But I definitely don't see any solid foundations here in this situation. And it definitely feels very wobbly in every sense. Someone needs to kind of change course and change direction. Somebody needs to push themselves in a completely different direction. They need to find themselves. They need to start loving themselves, and they need to start believing in themselves, because there's definitely struggles here. Definitely struggles, and it could be to do with an overpowering person or even people around you, that you just feel like you're a puppet on a string. Like I just said, like you seem to have a lot of people controlling or trying to control or manipulate you, but you need to cut those strings. You need to cut those strings. You are no puppet. You cannot see that you have free will here. You can't see your own strength, power, knowledge, wisdom that you hold here. You feel very much stuck in your own head, in your own mind. And there is suffering of many different levels here. And if you are feeling, take yourself out of this. If you are feeling this person that's trying to control your life and everything around you is crumbling or feel as if it's crumbling, if you are not feeling worthy of yourself, you're allowing the energy to kind of take over. Once you're in that hole, it's hard to get out of. It is hard to get out of, but this is where you need to find your strength. Again, self-love is so important. If you're in that negative zone, you're going to attract more of that negative vibe. And I know it can't be helped sometimes because it does seem heavy. It does seem all doom and gloom around you, but there is always hope and faith. Always. You've always got yourself out of situations. You've always been able to move forward and you've always been able to pull yourself together and pick yourself up. No, when the times have been tough, but it's because you're so, so tired now. It's almost impossible to put one foot in front of the other, to kind of see a way out or a way forward. But I'm telling you, there is always hope. There is always the right people around you to support you, to be there for you, to give you some solid foundations, or to show you the way towards that. Someone is very, very fed up, especially with that huge sigh coming out. Very, very fed up. So things do need to change. And that's what they're saying. We're bringing in messages to you. We're showing you the way. You've just got to take steps towards one of those, whatever that is. It's one step closer to getting yourself out of this darkness into the light. And that's what you need. Some of you guys do need healing. You do need to release everything and everyone here that's just literally bringing you down. And if this is your own mind as well, playing tricks on you, losing control in some kind of way, you can take back the reins and control step by step, day by day, having the right support, the right people around you. If anybody is suffering on this deep level, there are professionals out there. There are people that you can talk to, doctors to go and see. Don't just sit there and be fobbed up by anything or anyone. Fight for it. Fight for that help. Fight for that support. Don't give up. Whatever you do, do not give up. You will not allow this darkness to win over you. You are not here to be controlled and manipulated. You're here on your own free will, to make your own free will choices and decisions. Some good, some not so good. Doesn't matter. They're all lessons. Okay. And each and every step of your journey brings in the right people, even if they feel like the wrong people. They're teaching you self-love, boundaries, to stand up for yourself, to fight for yourself, to be who you once were, who you've forgotten to be. So if things feel tough at the moment, changes are there. They're happening behind the scenes. You need to make sure that you remain grounded. Go out for walks this weekend. Get some fresh air in your lungs. Do some exercise. Eat the right foods. Get the right amount of sleep. Combine all them and you will start to get you back as a person, as an individual. Go and see someone you trust. Talk things out. Get things off your chest, out your system. If you haven't got anyone to talk to, write things down, burn it, send it off to the universe. But deal with it. And each of these different steps will help make those changes happen around you. And don't be afraid of what may or may not happen. It's all what ifs and it hasn't happened. And it's what you create at the end of the day. You've got to focus on that, but you certainly need to get out of all this drama and chaos. And that's the energy that's pushing you guys along at the moment. That is what they're saying, and that's what they're doing. So let's see what the angel cards say. Some of it could definitely be in your head, in your mind, the mental struggles that you're going through at the moment. Some of you, physical pain here as well. Some of it's relationship. I don't feel it's like work career this time. It's definitely to do with relationships around you. Let's just see. They're saying put on some music to lift the vibrations around you. Again, music can help you in many different ways. Even with the words that come through, sometimes they will give you the messages, and they're all signs from above. They're reiterating that blessings are coming, so keep that faith. Your prayers are going to be answered here. Let it go. Let everything go, if I'm honest. The lighter you are, the more free you are. If you're thinking all the time, you're carrying a lot of weight in your energy. You don't need it. Drop it, let it go. Trust in the universe. It's pushing you in that right direction. Yeah, the past returns. So like I said, it's a karmic cycle here. Again, this could be people cropping back up to the surface again. This could be past situations just going over and over again, things happening, reoccurring. You've got to break that cycle. And that's where I said changes need to happen. Law. Look at that, the law. I don't feel like this is like legal battles or anything. It could be, but ultimately, this is the karmic law more than anything. And that's what I was feeling with that. Yeah, and watch out for the signs. They are coming in. I'm telling you, they are everywhere. So just focus on what is important for you. Focus on that self-love journey, and that will take as long as it takes. Don't rush it, but take the steps to get yourself out of this dark energy right now, because the universe doesn't want you to see or experience any more of this. Enough's enough. It's time for change to happen, so act upon it. All right. So that's what I've got for you. Yeah. On the bottom of the deck, too much thinking. That's what I've got for you. I wish you guys all the very best. Okay, like I say, there are people out there to help you, to help guide you, to help support you in whatever way possible. The first step is actually the hardest, in admitting that things are not right around you and going out seeking, searching for the help. Don't take no for an answer. Be strong. Keep fighting, even though you're tired. Keep fighting, keep going, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to believe it. Okay, so I'll leave that with you guys. I hope that helps you. I hope that makes sense, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.